Whether you're at a theater or you're just sitting at home, popcorn is a must when you're watching a movie. Or really, any time can be popcorn time. Popcorn is great, and it can be healthy for you. Now, before we talk about the nutrition of popcorn, let's watch this amazing video of popcorn popping in slow motion. Very slow motion. Although popcorn has been around for thousands of years, scientists just recently discovered the mystery behind the popping sound of popcorn. It was originally thought that the pop was from the cracking of that hard shell, but it's not that simple. There are usually two cracks in the hard kernel shell when popping popcorn. If there is a first crack, that is what makes it bounce really high. And the second crack causes that popping sound when the air pressure is released. Wait. What air pressure? Well, popcorn kernels are made of a very hard shell, and filled inside is a little bit of moisture and a lot of starch. And starch is that white, foamy stuff when you're making potatoes or pasta. When the kernel is heated, the moisture turns into vapor, just as it always does. And the shell is so hard that it holds tight, while that vapor builds up quite a bit of pressure. And that starchy stuff turns into a gel-like substance, and that expands as well. And when the pressure is built up just enough, at about 180 degrees Celsius or 355 degrees Fahrenheit, when the pressure is built up just enough, the first crack is a tiny little hole where a starchy leg pops out, and it pushes the popcorn into the air. And while the popcorn is in the air, more pressure is being built up until eventually like that. So the whole shell just bursts and the starch comes ejecting outward. Now this is similar to what happens when you're making bread. The dough rises and expands, but there's not a hard shell around the bread, so there's not that pressure buildup for it to pop. And for this pop, this temperature is extremely important. If the popcorn does not get to this temperature, or if it doesn't get there fast enough, it won't pop. It will just burn. And does anybody actually like burnt popcorn? Really? Yes, popcorn is quite the healthy snack. Now, I used to think that popcorn just came from dried corn on the cob kernels, but I was terribly wrong. Popcorn is actually made from a very special kind of corn, literally called popping corn. Makes sense. This popping corn is a very healthy whole grain with very little calories. It is not processed, and it contains 0 additives, like no MSG, no artificial sweeteners or dyes, or anything like that. Now, adding butter and salt, or sometimes sugar in the case of kettle corn, these can add to the calories and the fattening effects, but they do not take away from the nutrients. In one serving size of popped corn, you get 70% of your whole grain daily intake and 8% of your daily fiber. But that's not all. It contains a large amount of antioxidants, and it has a lot of B vitamins along with vitamins A, E, and K. It also contains a little bit of calcium, copper, magnesium, manganese, phosphorus, potassium, and zinc. So as you can see, it is very nutritious, and depending on how much flavor you add to it, it's not very fattening. So it's the perfect healthy snack, and it's especially great for diabetics. Now, as for air-popped popcorn or stove-popped popcorn in oil, there's not that big of a difference. You're talking 30 calories per serving compared to 35 calories per serving. Now, air-popped popcorn is fine, but for me, the extra 5 calories for oily stove-popped popcorn is worth it. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go eat some popcorn right now. And do you have any movie suggestions? Any good movies that I can watch while I stuff my face with this delicious but healthy snack? Be sure to let us know down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this informational video on this very popular and very nutritious snack. If so, be sure to give it a thumbs up, like this video, share, comment, do what you do. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time,